Why is it, one asks oneself, that we have always problems? Problems of relationship, economic problems, social problems, individual problems. We seem to be living with so many problems. And we never are able to solve any of them. In the solution of one, we seem to bring about many other problems. Until we die, we seem to be living with so many issues, so many unresolved crises, and so on. If one is at all aware, at all concerned with our daily life, can one ask why we have these problems? Why we live with so many issues, so many demands, so many unresolved problems all our life? Is it our brains are conditioned to problems? From childhood through school, college, university, if one is going through that process, every level of education have conditioned the brain to problems. Mathematical problems, problems of skill, problems of various disciplines that one goes through. Is it that our brains are conditioned from the very beginning of our life? We have problems. And the brain has been conditioned to resolving problems, right? So our brain is conditioned to problems, right? We are talking over together. And the speaker is not instructing. The speaker is not informing. So this is not a lecture, but rather we are together taking a journey. Taking a journey not only as we have done in the outward world, but also deeply inwardly, psychologically. And to take that journey, we must both go together. So you are also taking that journey, not just the speaker. So we are together going into these questions. Thus, so the speaker is not an authority, but rather as two friends talking over their many, many problems of their life. And that's what we are doing together. We're asking why we have never resolved any of our problems. Is it because our brain itself is conditioned to the resolution of problems? And therefore the brain itself is not free of problems. You understand? It's only a brain that is free, then it can solve problems. But if the brain itself is conditioned, and therefore it itself has become a problem, therefore whatever problems arise, it never solves them. And they're asking why. Why is the brain, or if you do not like the word brain, why is it our consciousness which we shall talk about presently? Why is our consciousness so entangled? So many issues. And when our consciousness, which is what we are, is such a complex entity, then that very complexity cannot solve anything. Right? It's a simple fact. And we're asking, can that consciousness, can that psyche be ever free? Because life has problems. Life has constantly throwing up problems. And if the brain, consciousness, our whole nature is not free, then we shall never be able to resolve any problem. Clear? Are we listening to each other? Are you, if I may ask, as a friend asking you, do you ever listen completely, wholly, as you now are sitting there or walking in a wood together? Do you ever listen wholly or only partially? If one is listening partially, in a state of distraction, then you do not give your whole attention to listening. Do you ever listen completely to your wife or husband? Or You already know what he's going to say or she's going to say. Because you have lived with her, or him, or she, or so on. And so you've got used to her voice or his voice, his usage of words, his repetitive responses. So you almost know what he is going to say before he begins to speak. Are we like that? Will you listen to the speaker? Not that you have heard of him before, but for the first time you are listening to him. Have you tried it? To listen to a bird warbling in the night or in the early morning? Have you ever listened to the whisper of leaves? Have you listened or looked at the clouds floating in a blue sky?